Hello and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, and then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today we're talking about passion and productivity. What is the connection between passion and productivity, and how may that impact your life, the lives of those who you are invested in, uh, and other things as well. So thanks for being here. If you are new to the show, we air each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. Again on here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. On Facebook Live. You can also go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. Again, we speak to groups, schools, and organizations about how to be more productive through joy. If you are new, allow me to say a few words about myself first. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, author of which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel, which just came out um, October this past October, Americus, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where of course Michael Brown was murdered, and the conflagration which ensued, of course, happened there as well. That book interrogates the intersection of race and violence in the American family. I'm also the author of the spanking brand new book, which just came out in April, Animating Black and Brown Liberation, a theory of American literatures, which is a book which explores the intersection of activism and literature. Can we learn something about best practices by reading the best practitioners of literature uh, who feature activists as protagonists? So, a really interesting book. I'm also the board president of the World Stage Literary and Jazz Venue here in California. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergrad. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I'm an expert at being productive, right? I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity when they hear about my crazy background. I am the product of a young girl who was violated at 16 in a very terrible story, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to an amazing single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet as Cool Modi famously said, "Hi, you like me now." And if I can be this productive and be so through joy, we are knowing that many people through joy can be similarly productive, which really inspires this show in many ways. So thanks for being here. Let's dive into the topic. I should also say that I'm on book tour for the last two books, for Americas and um, for Animating Black and Brown Liberation. I will be at the Leimert Park Book Fair here in Los Angeles. I would be at the Kentucky Literary Festival in Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky. I would be at the Brattleboro Book Festival in Vermont. I would be at the Louisiana Book Festival in New Orleans. Um, I'll be all over the place. I'm coming towards you. Look for me. When you see me, holla. All right. Thanks for being here. Let's talk. And so, point one is that as we talk about passion, you want to figure out what gets you impassioned. Many people are passionate about intimacy or sports, which are great things, for example. But then you want to be able to um, understand what about, which is kind of sub point to point one, what about those things gets you so revved up, right? What about um, the things that you have a great passion for? What about those things gets you excited? You want to do some due diligence about those things. Much of it is tied to our mind, which goes right into point two. Passion. People oftentimes equate passion with the heart, which is true. We have a passionate heart for individuals or things, and much of it also resides in the mind, right? When people talk about great intimacy, they talk about just the mental aspect of sex and sexuality. When people talk about fans and sports, I'm a big sports fan. People talk just about how you think about it, how it impacts you when your team wins or loses. Um, in a similar way, you want to be able to apply those techniques to other things that can essentially lead to you having more abundance, right? So, in terms of you taking care of you and your family, having an abundant lifestyle, for example, financially. Although we speak about abundance in terms of a much more broader understanding of abundance, which is why we don't always say wealth, because wealth is typically only tied to money or financial. resources. But abundance does, of course, relate to having abundant money, abundant wealth, because in our society, wealth, that's important. It gives you options. It can't buy you happiness, but it can definitely make things more convenient and certainly give your family more opportunities, which in this world, um, having opportunity, having someone help you goes a long way. Even someone like Donald Trump, who had lots of help and became the president somehow, that cat, right? So you want to be able to know that abundance is also about having abundant relationships, abundant friendships, abundant intimate and fraternal relationships, sisterly relationships. You want to you want to look at abundance in terms of your health, being abundantly healthy. As we mature, our bodies begin to have more aches and pains, and we begin to think, "Ooh, if you're really active, a lot of us work out, run, you know, do what we do." And as we mature, our bodies really feel that as we begin to mature into these bodies. And so you want to be able to have abundant health. So all those things. Or how we understand abundance. And so when you are looking at having uh, abundance, you want to be able to literally find out the things that give you, that you have a passion about, and understand those things, and then apply those things, those techniques, those understandings, that insight into your, I'll call them your abundance endeavors, the things that lead to you having more abundance, which goes right into point three. As you do that, um, as you're thinking about um, that particular reality, as you're thinking about those abundance endeavors, and you can begin to apply the passion for them. For many people, including myself, fear is the thing that stops us. Fear of dreaming big, fear of the work that needs to be done, fear of even getting out of bed to face what needs to be faced. It's a lot to deal with, you know. But as you begin to think about what you're passionate about, you'll walk a country mile. I recall when I was in high school. I just got into high school. I was a freshman about to go into the JV team, and we had a summer league game. I think I was going to varsity then. I was a sophomore. I forget. It was in high school basketball, and somehow I missed the bus to the summer league game. And I loved basketball so much. I actually ran. I must have been probably more than 5 miles. You know, I mean, literally ran 5 miles, not even to a real game, but to a summer league game. It's crazy. Ran. It was at night. I ran through the streets of LA County at night to a summer league game. It was ridiculous. I think that's what happened. Um, I think it was at nighttime. It was a crazy game. So when I got there, the coach was like, "Wow, you ran to the game," and and I was happy to do it. And the coach looked at that as, you know, I wasn't really trying to impress him. I just wanted to go play ball, but he was very impressed by my passion for the game, and that led to me becoming a starter and becoming all league and doing what I do on the court. Get me on the court, and I'm trouble. That's real. So I have such a passion for basketball, especially then, um, that led to me willingly engaging in activities that were like that, going above and beyond what other people are willing to do. And to tie a bow around that point, being a passionate leader is oftentimes doing what other people are not willing to do because you love it. And so in the same way, you want to, as you begin to engage in your abundance endeavors, you want to be able to be willing to do what other people are not willing to do because you love it so much. Boom goes the dynamite. Thanks for being here, guys. We air each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. We'll see you at 4:45 p.m. Again, catch me on tour. I'll be everywhere. I'll be at Northern Illinois University. I'll be at all the places I've already mentioned. Here in LA, I'll be in Oakland at the United California African American Book Club, a Fall into Fiction event. A lot of things are happening. Look for me for the America's Book Tour and the Animating Black and Brown Liberation Book Tour. I'll be in Seattle. I'll be in Texas, San Antonio. I'm coming. Um, we will see you all soon. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.